Yo, yo. What is good, y'all? We finally here. It is mock draft. Well, I would say it's mock draft, but nah, it's not mock draft. It's the actual freaking draft. It's draft day, y'all. We finally reached it. We have finally got here. Today is the day. Today is the NFL draft. Today is where every simulator for mock drafts either become true or they become busted. We gonna find out of all the mock drafts. Well, not just me, but everyone else have done so far. We're gonna find out if they're gonna be true or if they just straight bullshit. I'm writing the fams here. Nice to see y'all. We all have waited all month long for this. We have waited for a long time for this. Now, of course, as you can see, my co-host for this event, for doing our one final mock draft, of course, as y'all know, RCW, otherwise known as Doug Bose, he's here with me as well. I'm about to unmute him so that way he can go ahead and introduce himself. Let's get this shit going. All right, Doug, I'm sorry it took 15 minutes. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Mr. Loudman right now.
Me or you?
Me.
Ah.
All kinds of noise because my food just arrived.
Oh, ain't that some shit? I got food, you got food.
Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's called hot as hell.
I got food, you got food. I got breakfast food I haven't eaten. So I'm gonna eat it now, and that'll basically damn near be my dinner for the night.
Fuck. That was hot.
All right, Doug. By all means, go ahead. You have the floor if you want to introduce yourself. If not, then that's fine, because everybody already knows who you are.
Yeah, I'm the only way I can say is I'm the guy that Mel Kiper strives to be.
Yeah, all right. You're gonna find out how good you are compared to Mel Kiper. Cause sorry about that. Cause if y'all have been, as like I said at the intro, we're gonna find out whose mock drafts is gonna be right, or whose mock drafts is gonna be wrong. Whose mock drafts is truth, whose mock drafts is bullshit. So,
Well, my mock drafts have been better than Mel Kiper for I don't know how many straight years. Like I said, I'll give you my final one again, and you compare it to this ding shit, and you'll see. I'll have more exact
Omega, the mock draft starts in 3 hours, so that's why we're doing a 7-round mock, a full-on 7-round mock. So that means we got 3 hours, so we could take our time. If need be, we may or may not be taking our time. We might just breeze right through it. We will see. All right, so one thing we haven't determined yet: who's going first, who's going second in our final mock draft. Let me go and pull up the wheel. In fact, luckily the wheel already got our name. So all right, let's go ahead and do this. Who's going first? Me or Doug? Tell me, Wheel. Who's going first?
Gives a shit.
All right, looks like I'm going first. So that means I got the odd picks. Doug got the even picks. Let's get right to it.
Yeah. Here. Yours.
With that being said, it should be obvious for what the hell the Raiders are going to go first. They're going to go with the main quarterback of the hour. They're going to go with Fernando. Jets are up.
Fernando.
Oh,
There's
Fernando.
Something in the air tonight.
Oh, God.
Stars are bright. Fernando.
And yes,
please
guys.
Trade the pick and move back because he's not that fucking good.
And yes, guys, I do have the NFL draft. I do have the NFL Network draft ticker up. I like that one a little bit more better. So I'm going to be using that one this time. And luckily, we don't have to worry about any buffering because I'm on YouTube TV, bitch. So I won't have any issues. You're not using illegal streams. All right, Doug, you're up.
YouTube TV, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me draft Fernando here.
Yep,
Put him on the Raiders.
Fernando. Oh yeah, damn. Let me go ahead and let me go ahead and do this. My bad. I forgot to do that for you. I'm gonna link
Give me
my
what?
draft simulator so that way yours line up with mine. There you go.
Hmm.
So that way you can see yours line up with mine.
All right. Well, that now brings us to the next pick,
Mm-hmm.
and it's going to be pretty obvious to me where these Jets are going.
Okay. Where you
It's going to be
going, sir?
David Bailey. I'm David Bailey.
Or David Bailey. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure it's been obvious from the moment they sat up there and they said, man, we're not even gonna go when it goes to this man, like goes to this man's what was it, his pro day. They said, nah, fuck it, we're not even gonna go, we just want him. Like that's I mean, it makes sense. Makes sense. Well, we don't want him. Fuck out of here. Alright. Next we got the Cardinals. And I think for everyone's eyes, they think this is where the draft truly starts, is the Cardinals. And if not the Cardinals, then probably the Titans. So the Cardinals have a lot of options they can go. They do need an edge. They do need an edge. And they do need a tackle. They do need that. They also need a quarterback. The problem is the best quarterback in the draft just got taken. So obviously you're not gonna fuck around and reach, right? I don't think you are. So I think what the Cardinals are gonna do, they're gonna say, you know what? Fuck it. Best player available. So Arvell Reese, bring your ass to Arizona.
Arvell Reese, Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Trying to pay attention to the chat if anything's going on in there.
Don't worry about it. I'll read it.
What are you saying? I can't read? No.
No, it's just that I want you to focus.
So I don't need to focus.
Uh-huh.
I blew Ed's mind away earlier.
Oh, really?
Rudder, whatever the fuck his name is from NFL.com, dropped the 7-round mock.
Mm-hmm.
And he went through it. And he named the team and the position and had me name the player. I think I got most of them right.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's disgusting. I know these people's names and I don't get paid for it.
I'm just drinking tea. Don't mind me. Just drinking that tea, sir.
Now, we get to the Titans.
Okay.
And the Titans, I think, are going to be a very tricky, honest pick. Because you hear the rumors. It's going to be Jeremiah Love. It could be Sonny Styles. They could use a receiver. But I think it's too high for receivers. So we're going to cut him out right now. And I think they're literally going to sit in that room and go, Jeremiah Love, Sonny Styles, which way do we go? Because it's their number one need, in my opinion, on both sides of the ball.
Okay.
So where do you go? Defense wins championships. So
Defense,
we'll go Sonny
motherfucker.
Styles. And then the other side's going to say, no, we need that explosive guy. We're going to need this. We're going to need that. So here's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
I've been saying this for a couple weeks now. One of the best things you can do for a young quarterback is to build them a wall and give them weapons. There's no lineman worth taking it for. There's no wide receiver worth taking it for. Your best next option is a guy like Jeremiah Love to give him the ball, take some pressure off Cam. So, boom, Jeremiah Love to the Titans.
Oh, okay. So much of that talk with Jeremiah Love to the Giants. You ain't got to worry about that, Giants fans. All right. Okay. So speaking of the Giants, I got the rights to pick them next. Well, in this case, let's be fair. If I'm the Giants, you got pick of the litter when it goes to Ohio State. You got your coin flip between do you want Carnell Tate or do you want Sonny Styles? Do you want to pair someone next to an already good wide receiver that you drafted the previous few years, right? With Malik Neighbors. You want to pair him
Yes.
up with a great number 2 and have two first round contracts to deal with, or you beef up that defensive line, or you beef up that defense, because guess what? No matter how much you go with that offense, you know damn well if you can't stop the run, which is basically the whole NFC East, going to be the whole NFC East at this point, you're not going to go anywhere. Well, it's just like you said, defense wins championships, and if the Giants are smart enough, they want to try to get back to that defense that they had way long ago, almost 10 years ago, with 2007 when they won the Super Bowl, and it was mostly because of their defense. And because Eli Manning making some lucky ass plays, but mostly because of their defense. So if I was them, take the best linebacker on the board, you take Sonny Styles, and you go with whatever the hell it is you got to go next with your 10th pick.
So Sonny Styles is the pick, huh?
Yep, Sonny Styles. I think that'd be a great option for them to go with. You know, when if you want to look at it as realistic as possible, these GMs, they got to be smart. I think that's the smartest thing they could do.
Okay. Wow. Got me a fun pick here. With these here Browns.
Yep, they can go either or. They need help either or.
So I look at it this way. They come back in this first round. And high middle is what I'll call it. And at 24. And I think there's a much better depth in this draft at wide receiver than there is tackle. So you want to get your tackle now. And I do think that's what they're going to spend their first 2-round picks on. If they keep both of them. If they don't move them or what have you. Or even add more.
And yes, by the way, people, trades are allowed in this final draft.
Because, projecting trades is a very crazy ass thing. We have no idea. So I won't probably do no projecting of trades in a mock. But
I will.
I 100% without a shadow of a doubt believe the Browns will be involved in a first round trade. 100% for sure. This could very well be a time where they give this pick right here to the Cowboys.
Okay. So where the Cowboys giving up?
I won't mock no trade. They'll swap first round picks is essentially what could happen. A 12 and a 20 for the 6 and the 24. That's what very well could happen here. But I think it would also include a mid or late round pick, like a 4 or 5 as well, to make that move for the Browns. If you don't want to go back 6 just to go up 4. So the Cowboys have to give up a little bit more. I said it to you earlier. Don't be surprised if the Cowboys give up both their first round picks to the Browns and end up with a guy like Myles Garrett. Said it earlier. So, I honestly think that's a distinct possibility depending on how this board falls. And that wouldn't happen until after these picks. I think it will come down to who's still on the board for the Cowboys at that point. And that's still a long shot, but I'm throwing it out there.
Okay.
So, back to my statement. Sticking with the picks. That's what, like I said, that's what I'm going to do. Because it makes more sense for me. They want their offensive line. The Browns. And I know I'm going to throw you for a loop on this one. But they're going to take offensive tackle from Alabama, Caden Proctor.
Wow. I've been hearing talks about him slipping. You think he'll go to 6? Wow.
Caden Proctor is a monster. His issue is sometimes his weight gets out of control.
It's funny you say that. Nick Saban just came out and he just came out of it and he said the one thing that's a problem with him is him being overweight.
Right. Now that he's entering the NFL, it's become big boy time, no pun intended, and he's going to an NFL franchise. They're going to find a way to help the kid out. It might take a little bit, but he'll be there. And so they want what they think's the best lineman in this draft. He's a monster. So Caden Proctor, who on most boards are probably fourth, fifth lineman, he's the guy the Browns are targeting. And it's 6'7", 6'8", whatever the fuck he is, 350 pounds. That's a monster.
All right. Next, I got Washington. This should be the most obvious pick of the draft that they make. If they don't make this pick, I will be stunned. Carnell Tate falls right into their lap at 7, and they thought, oh shit, he really fell this far. They thinking like, oh man, like I'm thinking like, oh shit, like what can we do here? What do we do here? You know what I mean? Like, oh shit, no. You don't overthink it. You don't overthink it. You just take him and you deal with it. Because it's not just for a best player available when it goes to Washington. They have a need at wide receiver. Don't get it twisted, ladies and gentlemen. They have 2 30-plus-year-old wide receivers right now. And guess what? Them knees are knocking at some point. They're going to be like, nah, them knees is knocking. Be like, nah, fuck that. I can't run no more. I can't help you no more. I can't support you no more. And that goes for both. That goes for both Terry McLaurin and that goes for Deebo Samuel. At least bring in Carnell Tate there. He'll be not only your slot, he'll be your number 2. He might even be your number 1 before the year is over. So you bring him in and you let him work with Jaden Daniels, which funny enough, I think I saw a vid with Jaden Daniels that said he hopes that he drops to them at 7. He would get his wish. So Carnell Tate to the Commanders.
Wow. Carnell Tate.
They need wideout. And let's be fair, best player available, and you're doing it. That's a 2 for 1.
For what?
Can't hate on that. 2 for 1. All right, next is Saints. Where you going?
Fucking Saints.
Damn, what you got against the Saints? They're not even in the same conference.
It's just the Saints.
Let me guess. Bounty Bowl?
No.
Not even that?
It's just with the Saints. Thing is, you want to be right when you make this pick. So to be right when you make this pick, to pick something that don't make sense because that's what they do. That's why I look at it. They got a lot of players on this board they could take.
Okay.
I mean, people have guys rated 1, 2 on a big board. And I know I've told you at the beginning of the college season, the best player in college football is going to be Caleb Downs. He's still on the board. Do they want to take a guy like that? It's not necessarily their biggest need at this point. They could use a corner. There's one sitting there. They could go and take a Jordan Tyson, which I think they would if he didn't have the injury history. So I think that scares them to go this high. So I think what they're going to do is finally, for the right time in their life, they're going to take the best bet for them and the biggest need for them. And a guy that at one point was projected to go top 3. And they're going to take Ruben Bain, edge, out of Miami.
All right. Ruben Bain. Wow. This is going to get interesting. This is going to get interesting if you're Kansas City. Because the best edge of the draft, one of the best edges of the draft just went off the board. And I'm sure, who's to say that they wanted Ruben Bain?
They did.
Because having him with Chris Jones would be a nasty tandem.
The guy they want still sitting there.
Right. They still have guys they want. But one of the best just came off the board that they wanted. However, let's be fair. They'd be fools to also not be sprinting to the podium right now if they see what I'm seeing.
I see. I see what I'm seeing, and it's the guy I know they're targeting.
Yep.
He's still there.
Yep. Now you would think, right? You would think, okay, if you're a Chiefs fan, what's the one other biggest need they have besides edge? It's corner, right?
Uh-huh.
So you would think if the draft board came like this, it'd be like, oh, okay, here's Mansour Delane. We could easily take him and have a day, right?
Yep.
There's Jermod McCoy. We could easily take him and have a day.
But
But
I'm gonna call it right now. Jamal McCoy might not even go day one.
But there's a certain player here that doesn't play corner.
They don't.
He's
need him.
highlighted as a safety,
And they don't need him.
but he can play corner.
No, he can't.
Are you sure he can't?
I'm sure he can't. He won't play corner. You're not going to take what could potentially be the league's next Ed Reed, Troy Polamalu.
That may be,
no.
but who do they have at
And
safety that's
Newman.
that you could easily say that's better than him? Right now on that roster, he would start on that roster right now, without even blinking. Without even blinking.
You would say all of them.
All of them. Let me look at the Chiefs safeties right now.
Yeah, what about it? We don't have to look at them. We can just talk about it.
No. I want to see them.
Well, I don't have to see
Okay, Kamari Connor and Brian Cook. And you think right now they would be better? They're better on that team right now
Absolutely.
over him. Why?
Because
Why?
you're not gonna feel comfortable taking a Caleb Downs and putting him in safety in front of one of those guys, knowing you're going to take the field tomorrow with fucking Christian Fulton and Noah Williams. You're more comfortable with your safety position than you are those two corners.
All I gotta say is this. I won't be shocked if they take him.
If both these two are on the board at the same time, and that's their pick, and they go Caleb Downs over Mansour Delane, I will go live and punch myself in the dick with an axe.
I'll go live and punch myself in the dick. It's crazy.
With an axe.
Clip that, y'all. Clip that, y'all. We gonna find out in 3 hours. Clip that, y'all.
Your biggest need
Clip
in the
it.
whole world in this draft is
Clip
corner.
it.
And you have the pick of the litter at corner, and you're going to not take it, and you're going to wait till 29 or whatever fuck that is, 20, excuse me, 28, 29, whatever fuck number they pick again.
Hey,
All these teams with
remember what you said.
picks.
Remember what you said. It might not be Mansour Delane that they go for. It might be Jermod McCoy. You might take him at 29.
Jamal McCoy is a 60% chance of falling out of round one.
Good reason why?
I don't need to read nothing off. I'm saying Jamal McCoy is going to potentially fall out of the first round. His injury history is going to scare too many people.
It may be.
So the teams that need him are going to be afraid of it, and they're going to look around it and try to find the next guy in line. That's why I think Mansour for sure is going to be the number one.
All right. Let's go ahead and go with this. Let's go and go with this. We'll go ahead and pick Mansour Delane. But I'm happy you got this clipped. If the Chiefs go with Caleb Downs, I'm going to immediately call Doug and cry laughing. In fact, hold on. You know what? Even better. He might be here to watch the whole first round. Because guess what? I'm off tomorrow. So I could watch the full first round with no problem.
Well,
So yeah, you want to go and go with him?
McCoy could slip. Like I said, you got Terrell, Chris Johnson, Colton Hood. These guys could all slip or above him.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, even D'Angelo Pounds might go above him. But it's depending on the people's fear of the injury history when it comes to McCoy. He did his little pro day. He ran nice. But when it came turning those hips and going lateral side to side, he didn't look very good. So teams seen that, and I think he slid off some boards completely, not just down, off boards.
Mm. But yeah, calling it now. Calling it now. If they get Caleb Downs, I'm gonna cry laughing. Yeah, Giants are next, so it's your turn.
So you officially took Mansoor?
Mm-hmm.
Mansoor.
Speaking of Mansoor, there he is right there. As Bucky Brooks is top 5. He's the #1 corner.
Yeah, because he is. He is. Oh yeah.
All right,
is.
go ahead. What you got going on with this Giants pick?
Hell, the Giants. Well, the Giants. Well, it's gonna be fun with this pick for the Giants because you literally, and I say you as in figuratively anybody, could honestly just throw out a couple different names at me. Oh, what about him? What about him? And I could make an argument. Yeah, that could be the pick. I legitimately could, because this is all going to come down to pick number 5. Who did we get at pick number 5? Who did we take at pick number 5? In this case, they went with Sonny Styles.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to come to this spot, and they're going to need something. And the question is what? Now, when you got Sonny Styles, you have a couple options here. They need that wide receiver. They need somebody opposite because they lost Wandell Robinson. And people will laugh when I make that statement. And those people, I'll tell you now, you don't know your football when you laughed at that. Because that kid played his ass off, did good. And without him, all right. So, but you still need a guy. You need a linebacker. There ain't one worth taking at this point.
Right.
And you're not taking guards this high no matter what. They need D tackles. You're not taking one of them this high. But they also need a safety. So do you double down on defense and go Sonny Styles and Caleb Downs, both from Ohio State, which could help because they know each other very well? Or do you go take the receiver that you want? That's the fun part.
And pair him up with Malik Neighbors.
Right. So that's going to be the fun part. And when I look at this, I would say this. If I did my mock draft right now by myself, Caleb Downs is already off the board. He's off the board. And I would go wide receiver right here for the Giants 100%. And I'll tell you right now, it would be Jordan Tyson. But the fact that Caleb Downs is still here, that's where they would go.
All right, Caleb Downs.
Their hand would be forced to go here.
Okay,
and I'm going to say this to you. Don't be surprised also if Caleb Downs maybe goes 5 and the Chiefs don't even take a corner with their first pick there at 9. They go a different route and shock everybody. And then Mansoor Delane falls to them at 10. And the Giants would take him. They would take the top safety and the top corner.
All right, so you're going Caleb Downs right now?
Absolutely.
All right, Caleb Downs. 11's not going to... 11, it won't take long. 11's literally not going to take long. So they're not going to take long in a sense where I have a feeling this is exactly where they're going to go. They have to pick between 2 of the top targets. I'm sure, I know damn well that they're looking at this shape and be like, all right, bro, let's flip a coin real quick. Who are we taking? Is it Malachi Lemon or is it Jordan Tyson? Do we worry about the injury history or do we just go ahead and just take the safe bet? Flip the coin, heads, tails, bang. They're going to go heads. I have a feeling, you know what, fuck it. We're just going to go with Malachi Lemon and call it a day. Because they need wide receiver. And I get it. They not only do they need a wide receiver, I'm pretty sure right now they're like, they don't want to run a risk in a rebuild. They don't want to run a risk of having to go with Jordan Tyson. They might get a little scared off with his injury history, which I can see coming. So I think for them, they're just going to take the safest pick and Malachi Lemon and pair them up.
It's Makai.
Malachi Lemon, my bad. But I still think,
And
yeah.
And that's your official pick?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to say this right here, right now.
If you think it's dumb, I mean, look, hey, look, this the Dolphins we're talking about.
I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it's dumb. They definitely need wide receivers, absolutely. But I'm not going to say that's the pick. If the board looked exactly the way it does right now, they'd have went with the hometown guy, and Francis Mauigoa got themselves their tackle.
They're good up, yeah.
Right out of Miami to Miami to help start building from the inside out like a team should when you're in a total rebuild.
Well, luckily, we can go ahead and undo the pick.
Nope.
But I'm going to stick with what I got. I'm not going to. I still think they'll go wide out. Even with the offensive line issue, I still think they'll go wide out.
Yeah.
And this is going to get real interesting. Because that same tackle that you talked about, which is clearly a top 5 talent in this draft, is slipping.
Yeah.
Next is Dallas. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Now we're at the Cowboys. Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
When the Cowboys are going to look at this board very heavily. They need linemen, but they're not going to take a lineman. Because their biggest needs are on defense.
Mm-hmm.
So they got to go defense with this pick. What the hell?
That's my phone. Go ahead.
So when they look at this board and evaluate this board and look at this board and evaluate this board, this is where a guy like Keldrick Falk, Hakeem Mesidor could come off the board. But I don't think they want to go edge this early. I think they want to go corner, linebacker, potentially safety. So when you look at the corners that are on this board, like I said, I think McCoy's going to fall. Avion Terrell, say Chris Johnson, Angelo Pons, Colton Hood. These guys could all be still available with their later pick. So they're going to skip that over right now and say, all right, we ain't doing that. So then they're going to look at linebackers. Well, the best linebacker that's available, it's debatable if it's Anthony Hill or Jacob Rodriguez, maybe CJ Allen. All three of them could potentially fall into round 2. So they ain't going to go that route.
Mm-hmm.
So then they're like, shit, where's the best potential blue chip guy? And it was that safety. And they're going to sit there and they're going to throw one of the biggest monkey wrenches because they went early. And they're going to go safety.
They could trade back. They could trade back. Keep in mind, if they don't like how this look, they could easily trade back.
I don't mock trades. The Cowboys are moving. The Cowboys are moving in this draft, and it is going to be up, 100%. But me staying with the board the way it is without doing trades, I'm going to say Dylan Thieneman's going to be the pick out of Oregon.
All right. Okay. Okay. Rams are next. Rams have quite the situation on their hands. Not gonna lie. They have quite the situation on their hands. All three need, well, 2 specific needs are right here in front of them that they could pick. And I'm sure they're out here. Look, this might be the one portion of the draft right here they might use up all of the time because it's like, who do we go with here?
Oh, 8 minutes.
They might use up all 8 minutes because they're so unsure of who they will want. And I don't blame them.
Yeah, for those of you who's listening that didn't know, the first round is now 8 minutes.
Yeah, it's now 8 minutes, a minute less, which does not make sense. But okay. So they have to pick between Francis, what's his last name? Mauigoa? What was it?
Mauigoa.
Okay, Mauigoa. They have to pick between him, Spencer Fano, Jordan Tyson, and Kenya Sadiq. Also, there's Caleb Lomu, and there's Monroe Freeling.
Did you just fucking say Kenyon Sadiq?
Yeah, they could pick him.
You wild.
They could pick him. The Rams don't give a fuck. The Rams don't give a fuck. Let's be fair. This is how I knew the Rams didn't give a fuck when they was out here trading away all their damn draft picks and somehow they still made the Super Bowl. And then they did it again and almost made the Super Bowl again. That's how I know the Rams don't give a fuck. They're what would happen. They're what would happen if an NBA team took control of an NFL team and still somehow got away with it. That's the Rams in a nutshell. But if I'm the Rams right now, yeah, like I said, they might use up the full 8 minutes. And they could go with either. I think they could go with either or and still come out okay. And I think for them, they'd be like, you know what? If the board fell like this, do we really go for need? Or do we continue to build upon our future? Like, and really take what's best there. And I think for them, they take what's best there. This is where Francis goes off the board.
You fucking wild, bro.
Am I?
Yes.
Now, I was going to say Jordan Tyson, which for you, I have a feeling that would have been the best selection for them. And I agree. It could be the best selection for them.
Yeah. He's without a doubt the selection because Tay is old. He's at the end of his career. And we don't know if Puka's even going to play this year. He's going through a lot of mental internal issues, and it doesn't sound good.
Yeah, but what about their offensive line situation?
I trust the offensive line situation more than I do my receivers at this point.
Are you sure? Considering they did just extend, Stafford.
Oh, I'm comfortable with it. Trust me.
All right, fine then. I'll go ahead and renege that. This for Jordan Tyson. No.
Take your pick.
No,
I want to take your pick because that's what makes this fun.
All right.
Maui go.
Okay, fine. Maui goes off the board. He says I'm wild, but hey, look, I was looking to renege my pick. Look, that would have been the first time ever I'd have actually reneged the pick and be like, you know what? Fine. We'll go ahead and go with what you said.
Nope.
But fine.
Stick to your pick.
Fine. All right. I'm going to stick to it.
Maui goes gone.
Because I think, if anything, the Rams got a plan. Hold on, let me see the Rams picks. Yeah, Rams got a plan in mind. I can see it.
Yeah. So, this is going to be a fun one. This is going to be a fun one.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, their biggest need is on the defensive line. They're not going to go there. Not at this point. So they're going to turn their attention to the offense. This is a team, I don't see them doing it.
You're trading.
Could look at a potential Jordan Tyson. But I don't see them doing that.
They just gave a 5th-year option to Zay Flowers.
The best centers are still on the board, but you ain't going center here because you might get him in the 2nd or 3rd round, maybe even the 4th. So then you can look at the guard situation. And Vega Ione's still on the board. I've had Vega Ione penciled to them for months. Because I think guard is their biggest freaking need. Some people think it's D tackle. I think it's the guard. And the reason why I'm going to pick guard more over D tackle is because you're paying Lamar $155 billion. You better create a wall for him. A D tackle ain't going to do it. But they also lost Isaiah Likely. Andrews is old. Could they be in the Kenyon Sadiq market? So I had to really consider that. Not that it's a fucking need. It's because it's going to be a need. But this is the Ravens. And if I did mocks the way I think the things legitimately would go, I would do a trade here and they would go down because the Ravens always go down. This is why, honestly, and people are going to hate me for this, especially somebody I know who's probably still listening. This is why the Ravens, I think, are consistently good. They don't reach, they don't chase, they let the board fall to them no matter where they're at when they pick. And that's why they've been contenders more often than not over the years. But I'm going to stick to what I've been thinking all along. And I'm going with Vega Ione, the guard out of
Wow.
Penn State.
Wow.
Because there's no other guard close to him on the board, in my opinion. And that's the biggest offensive need for them. So if he's available, you fucking take him and you run up there and you tell Lamar, all right, we're protecting you. Now we need you to do your job and we got to stop making excuses for you.
Okay. Buccaneers is next. And man, it falls like this. Oof. I mean,
Yeah.
It's obvious in two ways where they should go. Let's be fair here. It's obvious for two ways where they should go. They're looking at 18 and 19. That's what they're looking at. They're looking at Kenyon and they're looking at Keldrick Falk. It's really, it wouldn't shock me if they looked at their big board and it was like, okay, we got the pick of the litter here with these two. Where do we go? Because we know if we go with whichever one, the next one is gonna go quick. So we have to make damn sure that whoever this is, we're committed to them long term. We're not gonna see them again.
Big. Let's just go based off what the game is telling you, so to speak. They're saying edge.
Right. They're saying edge.
Two of the top 5 edge rushers are still on the board.
Yeah, 2 of the top 5.
Then you're saying linebacker. CJ Allen on some boards is the second, third linebacker. But
right.
He's low first round, maybe early second. So you don't want to take that here. So linebacker automatically going to come off the board. There's an option.
Right.
You go D tackle. Peter Woods, Caden McDonald. Peter Woods, if he entered the draft based off 2 years ago film, he'd already been picked. He didn't have as great a season this past year, so I hurt him. Caden McDonald, he's not a guy who jumps off the page at me and goes, wow, he's amazing, I got to have him, but he's consistent.
Right.
And that sometimes is better than a holy shit player. Then you get into the corner situation. There's only one corner gone. You have the pick of the litter of the next best corner if you're the Buccaneers. Offensively, their biggest need is tight end. Kenyon Sneak would be the option. He's still on the board. He's the number one guy. Mm-hmm. Now, you lost your wide receiver in Mike Evans. You don't want to replace the wide receiver with a tight end, but you're giving your guy a weapon. So it's acceptable. But do you take the best tight end, which is your 5th or 6th overall team need, or do you fix something on defense when your top 3, 4, 5 needs are all on defense?
Exactly.
Why is this man opening up his jacket? It says Reese's, and he got a Mallow cup in the pocket. What the hell?
But this is why I said for them, they're another team that's right now. They're just out here, just like they're gonna be like they're like that one meme with that one guy that's just stressing while looking at the computer. That's the Bucs right now. They don't know where they want to go between these two. And as that clock ticks down, they're going to feel that pressure. They're going to be wondering, do we give Baker a damn good weapon or do we bolster the defense? I think the Bucs, they're going to go against the grain. And by going against the grain, I mean they're going to take Kenyon Sadiq. I think they're going to be one of those teams that's not going to believe that defense truly wins championships. Which, funny enough, they should. Because, look at how they got there. But I think now, because of how different everything is, I think for them, they're going to look at getting Baker another weapon and say, you know what, fuck it. We'll look towards later on in the draft and we'll try to get ourselves a solid edge. So I think Kenyon Sadiq goes off the board for them.
And I will say this to you because it pertains to your heart.
I know.
This is the spot where the Eagles could move up.
Yeah, I could see it. But
The Eagles would send total. The Eagles would send the 23,
mm-hmm.
the 68 in the third round, the
Mm-hmm.
114 in the fourth round for this pick.
Mm-hmm. They would do it. And
And
we
it
know
would be to
why.
get Monroe. It would be to get Monroe Freeling,
Yep.
tackle out of Georgia.
You think they
Just
do this?
saying that now.
Is is this our first trade of
No, I
our
told you.
mock draft?
I will throw potential trade options at you, but I'll never mock them. Never.
Bullshit. Might as well just do it, dog. Get it out the way. We got a full 7-round mock.
No.
This shit out the way. Shit, if you won't, I will.
So you're taking McCoy? Is that what Sadiq,
Yes.
excuse me.
Yes, I took Sadiq.
Wild. All right, Sadiq.
They're gonna be one of those teams that's gonna go against the grain. I'm telling you. You know how this shit
we
go.
come back to the Jets. The Jets have already filled their needed edge.
Hey,
When they got Bailey early.
Jets.
What the hell?
Go ahead. Yeah, I had to do it because fuck the Patriots. Go ahead.
So now the Jets, they got their edge, and he's ready to roll. So now they can go target something else of need. Do they go wide receiver? Do they really go wide receiver here? They were hoping a guy like Tate or Lemon fell to them here. That's what they were hoping for. Because if Tate or Lemon's on the board here, that's where they're going to go. 100%. 100%. They also could use linemen, but it's more of a guard. Tackle and center are definitely needs, but not as high as guard. So you ain't going that way unless you think a guy like Fano is more of a guard for you, which I don't see that happening. Oh, just I'm trying to think what they're going to do in 2027. That's where I'm at right now. Because that'll affect where I go with this pick. Because do you, as the Jets, feel comfortable entering the season with a mediocre quarterback? And that's always really been in his career outside of 2 really, really good seasons. And was one of the worst quarterbacks in football last year.
I'll be honest with you, the way how we're debating on these picks, it's 6:11 now. It's 2 hours to the draft. We're not gonna be able to finish the full 7 round.
I told you that. I told you we might get 2 or 3, and that's it.
All right. So I'm gonna give y'all that heads up ahead of time. So yeah, I'm gonna start screenshotting when we get close to 8 o'clock.
Yeah, this is gonna be hard. And here's where I'm gonna go. I'm not going as in the pick, but I'm just gonna finish what I was saying. This is the first option where Ty Simpson could come off the board.
Ooh.
He very well could because this is a luxury pick. You've got 2 first-round picks. Okay, so you're the Jets, and now when this pick is done, you still have the 33rd and the 44th in the second round. You know he's not going to fall to you in those picks if you want the quarterback. Or do you want to just say, you know what, we're not worried about the quarterback this season. We're going to get him next year when it's a better draft for quarterbacks. That's the thing. So I honestly think the Jets are starting to put things in the right direction. I like Aaron Glenn. I think you give him the opportunity to build his team, do what he needs to do, set it up the way he wants it. They're going to get there. He just needs time. And I'm tired of these coaches getting a year or two and they're like, oh, you're gone. Motherfucker, you told them to make you dinner with the groceries the other guy bought. Give him a chance to get his own recipe.
I'm happy you said that because that's why I feel for Gerard Mayo, who never really got his true shot. He was scapegoated out of New England when he should have gotten that opportunity. I think he only had like 1 year there.
He would have got that opportunity if Rabel didn't become available.
Exactly. He got scapegoated out of there.
So
I bet they wish they had him now, don't they? But we'll get to that when we get to the New England pick. We will get to that.
All right. So when you look at the board, this very well, even though he's not a need, I want to say that twice. The fact that they got 2 picks, in the second round, this could be a pick where they take a Jermod McCoy and take a shot because, again, like I told you, if he was not hurt, he'd have been regarded by far as the number one corner in this draft and would have been off the board a long time ago. Maybe even in top 5 because of how good he is. And they could take a shot, take a flyer on him and say, you know what? We know he ain't ready. We know he ain't 100%, but we have time to get him there and then fill other needs with the next 2 rounds. The next 2 picks in the next round. That's how I should say that. Or do they take the wide receiver? Well, like I told you, the guys they really, really wanted at wide receiver are freaking gone. So it's the same thing as I just said about McCoy. It would be Jordan Tyson. Do we take him knowing that damn well he ain't there and 100% this, that, and the other? And that's why I got to think Aaron Glenn. He's the head coach. Do they go defense? He's the defensive minded guy. Or do they take the receiver? I'm down to which one of these gimps I want to pick. And I really think because it's the bigger need, and he would have been, without a doubt, the number one guy on the board at his position, no matter what, if he wasn't hurt, and would have been a potential top 5, 6 pick. They take a flyer and take Jordan Tyson with this pick.
All right, Jordan Tyson to the Jets. It's going to be very interesting considering that the turf over there in New York ain't exactly all that good.
That's the scary part. That's what I was saying. It's a very
that's why I
situation.
like look. That's why I'm like, look. If I'm the Jets, I'd be like, do we take him knowing our turf is ass?
Yeah, trust me, that's in my head.
Like,
but I almost feel like I have to take him because I know how good he really is, and I'm hoping we can get him healthy, and our little field might be nice to him.
Okay, wow. Lions.
The
This is
Lions
another
have hard on right now.
Yeah, they have a hard on for multiple reasons. They have a need at tackle.
Well, that's all they're going to worry about right there. They ain't even looking at anything else.
They're not even looking at an edge. They're just saying, fuck it. I'm looking at 2 top tackles right here. All the
tackles are basically available to them. There's 1 or 2 missing. They're all a bunch of good ones. Right. They're going to have to argue with themselves who's the one.
Yeah, they have to argue with who's the one, and I think in this situation should be pretty obvious. They're going to take Spencer Fano. I don't think they're going to take Marvin Freeling. I think they're going to take Spencer Fano. I have a feeling they'll like him more than they'll like Freeling.
Spencer Fano.
Yep, I think they will like Spencer Fano. I truly think they'll like him better than they will Freeling.
Freeling wasn't even in my head.
So was Fano in your head?
No.
Let me guess.
I think it's a board.
Let me guess. Let me guess. Let me guess.
Listen.
Ianacor was in your head, wasn't it?
No. Like
Oh! It wasn't him.
No, I would have went if I had this pick, I'd have taken Blake Miller. But you went Spencer Fano, so we're going there.
Okay.
The right tackle, Spencer Fano.
Wait, didn't who's the Lions right tackle right now? Didn't he retire? Or am I tripping?
What's the thing with Fano? Fano.
Didn't one of the tackles for the Lions come out and they said that they was looking to move to right tackle?
I don't even remember, to be honest.
Okay. I guess we'll worry about that when we cross that bridge.
But the thing with Fano, not counting center, he's played everywhere else on the line at some point in his college career.
Okay, so he can adjust to it, whatever they put him.
So whoever gets him, if you just need line help, you bring him in and look at him everywhere and say, fuck it, let's take a shot and see what he does at every spot. But if you put him at right tackle, they got, what's his name? From Miami. Who the hell did they pick? What is his name? Larry Borrell.
Okay.
So, so you put Penei Sewell on the left, Spencer Fano on the right. I mean, you can't get mad at that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good. It's good. All right, the Vikings. The Vikings are wasting no time.
Oh.
None time whatsoever.
Oh.
They're going to look at this board the way it's falling.
Oh.
And they're going to be like, oh, well, this is definitely what we've got to do. So let's go do it.
Okay.
And what is it? Let's see if you know what I'm going to do.
Corner.
No.
I do see a safety there. They could want.
The guy they wanted all along was Dylan Thieneman. He's gone. He's gone. And if you're going to sit here and continue to wait for a safety, you ain't getting much in safety. So you got to take Emmanuel McNeil-Warren right now.
Yep, EM Dub. EM Dub goes off the board. That was the most obvious safety pick probably ever. So and it's only because we know didn't he retire, Harrison Smith? Yeah. I think. Yeah, so yeah, it was extremely obvious that they was gonna have to go with him. All right, Panthers is next. Panthers, be honest, even for them, it's pretty obvious where they would go. They have to tackle deliver. They do need to protect him.
Panthers are upset though.
Yeah, they're kind of pissed because they also could have went. They could have took that safety too, but now it's like fuck it, we need to go different. All right, they have pick of the litter at offensive tackle.
Makes sense.
Between the two tackles, who would they? I'm sorry, multiple tackles. Who would they want? They can go Monroe, go Caleb. They can go Blake. They can go Yannick. He could come off the board in the first round. So, I think for them, because they're going to be so worried about having to protect Bryce Young, they're probably going to go with, I guess, with a lot of draft pundits, and maybe even you might agree. They might go Blake Miller here. Because I'm always hearing talks of him saying that, okay, he's the most pro-ready like tackle in the draft. And I think right now that would be what the Panthers will want the most. They want to make sure they get guys that's ready to protect that bony ass frame of a quarterback, and not have anyone that's inexperienced having to anchor that that either is blindside or maybe to for the right tackle spot where he has to look at a lineman right in front of his face.
And of all the tackles, he's the closest hometown boy you're going to find because he goes to Clemson.
Right. So I think this is where they go. They need Blake Miller, ready. Huh? They need a pro ready prospect, and I think he's the closest to as pro ready as it can get. Like throughout
Blake Miller off the board. Is that what we're doing? Blake Miller?
Yep, Blake Miller.
All right, I respect it. I don't get mad at that.
All right. Dallas. Your turn.
Dallas. Well, to recap for Dallas.
I'm going to bet they're sprinting to the board.
They already had the 12th pick with Dylan Thieneman. So, they had him. So now they're going to look at this board and look at how it's falling, see where it's at, what it's got going on.
I bet they're sprinting.
Do you? You sure?
Maybe.
I bet you think they're sprinting. I bet you're thinking a different player than I am.
Uh-huh. But tell me, who do you think they're thinking?
Well, are we thinking the same position, edge?
No, we're not.
Because I haven't taken Akeem Mesidor at edge right now.
I could see him being a first rounder too. I've heard a lot of good talk on him. So he's coming off the board.
Oh, Mesidor right now.
Okay.
Because they did not get nobody to replace.
Yeah, they didn't get anybody to replace Micah.
So they went defense with Thieneman, and now Mesidor. And now I'd say that's a good night if you're a Cowboys fan. A damn good night. And Mesidor is going to be 25 when the season starts.
He's a little old, ain't he? A little old for an edge, but hey, you know what? It might not matter because I looked up a vid that says what's the one thing that teams are now looking for an edge rusher? They're not looking at speed rushers anymore. They're looking at power. So
and at 25, he's going to be a little bit more mature than some of these younger kids.
Right. Could change. He could change the locker room over there.
So now we got an interesting pick here for the Steelers.
Oh yes, we do. Because where the fuck do they go? So they are really, really stuck.
I'm going to say this now.
They could go.
The draft The draft is in Pittsburgh. And I think during the draft, and it could be with this pick, this is where Aaron Rodgers comes out of the dark and back into the light and makes his announcement that he'll be back next season.
Hello, light. Hello, light.
I wouldn't doubt he comes across that stage tonight and say, "What's going on, Pittsburgh?
Hello, light.
Daddy's back for next year."
Daddy's back. But you want to know what? We're drafting your future air replacement because they're going to go Ty Simpson because I don't think the Steelers is going to fuck around and be like, nah, we're not going to go through this shit again for another year. Look, as much as it sucks for me to sit up here and pass on this prime talent here, I know this. If I have no quarterback, specifically one that wants to dick around, I ain't passing any chances. So Ty Simpson, bring your ass over to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't even think they're gonna think that hard because this whole thing with Aaron Rodgers, I'm sure they are sick and tired of it. Just like all the other teams was sick and tired of it. So I don't blame them.
You are cursed.
Okay, Danhausen. But you say I'm cursed? Why?
What? That's what I'm saying. Because what?
Go ahead.
All right. You drafted Will Howard last year. Okay? Will Howard's been taking first team reps right now with Rodgers out, and you still have Mason Rudolph.
I'm not trusting any of these quarterbacks.
The Steelers, in my opinion,
not trusting
whether
these
you
quarterbacks.
like the Steelers or whether you don't like the Steelers have been traditionally a smart franchise. And when they look at this
sure
draft
about
board,
that?
Yes. This is why 9 times out of 10 they're a playoff team. Let's be honest here. They're going to see that playoff board, or the big board, and say, wow, we could take a Ty Simpson right now, or we can fill some of these other big needs, and we can ride with a Will Howard and a Mason Rudolph and get our quarterback next year when it's a nice quarterback class. I told you, there could be 6 to 10 quarterbacks worth taking in the first round next year.
They could, but they could also sit behind Aaron Rodgers. And they could still take what they want.
So you got Will Howard, who you drafted last year, who's learned last year.
One round.
One round. This year. It was in the 6th round.
You don't even know if he's going to be that good. You want to place your bet on a 6th-round quarterback? Okay, who's the next quarterback they got? Remind me.
That's what they said about Tom Brady.
Remind me.
6th-round quarterback.
Tom Brady is a once in a fucking lifetime, bro.
Mason Rudolph is the other quarterback, and he has a winning record as a starting quarterback.
But he's also bounced around teams now, hasn't he?
Doesn't matter.
Yes, it fucking does.
Does not matter at all.
Yes, it does.
You've got a veteran quarterback. You got a kid that was a rookie last year who you don't know what you have in him, and so you're going to bring in another rookie. How about we look at the previous rookie and see what he's got before we make a move for a quarterback this year?
Nah.
And we can get stronger ones next year.
Nah.
Just my opinion.
Watch them do it. Watch them get Simpson. I would not blame them if they grab Simpson. I would not blame them at all. Because it's like, nah, bro, like, look, we don't want to be a basement dweller fucking franchise all because of a quarterback that is soon to be a basement dweller franchise all because we don't have a fucking quarterback that don't know how to choose whether or not he wants to start the season or not, and we have no idea how long we're going to be ass.
So and they would be okay with that.
Okay.
They would be okay with it for this year.
Okay.
Because it would put them in prime position for one of those quarterbacks next year. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, all right. I guess I'm cursed then, y'all. I don't care.
We're moving on here.
Don't look.
You got the Chargers.
I don't just notice. I would not be shocked if they go quarterback, y'all. I'm telling you this now.
The Chargers on the board. Chargers are on the clock, and they're looking at this board. Is what I should have said. Now they have a need at corner. McCoy's still sitting there. They have big needs at defensive line and guard. And I know for a fact, with my sources, I love saying that because I don't have any.
Fuck your sources.
I know they like Chase Basantis out of Texas A&M, and one of my personal favorite guards, Emmanuel Pregnon. I know they like both of them, but I don't know if they take either one of them when this particular player is still on the board. And I think they're going to take him if the board fell this way, simply because they have Khalil Mack coming back. And I think they'd love for him to work with Khalil to learn. And I'm going to go Keldrick Falk, the edge rusher out of Auburn.
All right, Keldrick Falk. Now we finally reach number 23. You know what makes this so fucking funny? This whole time you've been sitting up here and mocking the Eagles to one particular lineman that I'm looking at right at 15. And in this mock, they didn't even so much as had to sit up there and do anything. They just sat here and chilled. But we also have the other problem, sadly.
Okay.
That's wide receiver. Now, knowing them, they're not going to do this. But if I was in the mind of High Roseman, I know damn well he's thinking about it and like, do we quickly get this AJ situation out the way and get a premium talent at wide receiver? Or do we make damn sure that the right side of the line is going to be good, not just possibly for next season, because we have no idea if Lane Johnson is going to be here, but also, God forbid, Lane Johnson does get hurt again this season, and we might have to throw that lineman into the fire. I think that he's going to go with the smartest option. He's going to go with Monroe Freeling. Now, granted, he has Caleb Lomu here, but I think because I've heard so much about how freaky of a prospect Monroe Freeling is, even coming from you, Doug, that I don't think the Eagles would like waste any time and be like, you know what, I'm salivating at the mouth here. Let's go ahead and not only get our future right tackle right now for the Eagles, but possibly the right tackle that has to start right now in case of shit hits the fan again. So Monroe Freeling goes straight to the Eagles, and they didn't even have to so much as make a trade to go grab him.
Somehow I got kicked out of the chat.
I don't know how that's possible.
I didn't hear anything you had just said. Who'd you pick?
Monroe.
You went Monroe Freeling?
Yes, I did.
Smart.
Yay.
Had you taken Omar Cooper, I couldn't have got mad at that either.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. But I've been keeping my eye on the wide receivers in this class. They're not that bad.
Yeah.
Whereas it's the offensive tackles I'll be worried about after the first round.
Right. So we're on to the Browns. And if the board fell this way for the Browns, I honestly think they'd be in a situation. Because they already got their tackle. They could come back and take another goddamn tackle. I'm serious. They really could.
They got the capital.
Or they could go and sit there and say, all right, what can we do here at guard? And it takes me back to the same two I just mentioned a second ago. Do they want to take one of them? Which to me is a very strong possibility, but I don't think they're going to do that. But I think they're going to look at it hard to be sure. And then here's where I think a wide receiver for them comes off the board.
Oh.
Now, a lot of people are going to mock Carnell Tate to the Browns at 6. And I will say this. The wide receiver class is deeper than the tackle class. That's why I went Caden Proctor early so they get their wide receiver here. The question is which? Because I can make a case for a couple of these guys. Damn. Which one you looking at? No, I'm just kidding.
I'll be honest. I'm looking at Omar Cooper.
You're looking at Omar Cooper?
I'm looking at Omar Cooper. I'm also looking honestly, I'm looking at Denzel Boston as well. I think he's very underrated. I've been looking at him. He's very underrated for me.
He's underrated, and I'm going to say this to you right now. If he's on the board, I would say 26-7 at that point. My Raiders could very well trade back up into the first round for him because they want him and they want him bad.
Mm-hmm.
And if he's not there, Casey Concepcion is going to be their next choice. But it's funny, though, you bring up Boston because I think Boston is potentially the pick here for the Browns.
Ooh.
Because he's a big fucking receiver, 6'4", I believe.
Big boy.
And then they still got to figure out the quarterback situation. No question. They found themselves a nice tight end last year. They got themselves a nice young running back. Like I said, they got to figure out their quarterback situation right now. I mean, Watson and Shador have been taking more snaps than Gabriel, but I honestly think all the guys they got there should be taking equal snaps. And it needs to be, okay, you were the best today, so you're the one. And then you were the shittiest today, you're the three. And it rotates every day
Mm-hmm.
till they figure it out. They run the course with all three of them. And then whichever one it is, they stick with the motherfucker for the year, even when he starts to suck, because he's going to. They're young, because I don't think Watson beats these kids out. Just thinking that now. So,
Right.
so the consensus is going to say Shador gets the job. So, okay, if Shador looks like Superman or a dumb piece of shit, you don't go away from him. You let him play. You let him figure it out. You let him learn. Let's see what his perseverance is. Let's see what he's made of. So to help these kids, you got to build around them. You got a guy to protect them. A fucking monster in Caden Proctor. Like I told you, 6'7", 6'8", 350 pounds. Holy shit. So then why not get him equally a big motherfucker at receiver, Denzel Boston?
Our Denzel Boston's coming off the board.
And then Cleveland's just getting big. Like big motherfucking players.
Is that the true pick, by the way?
Yeah, Denzel Boston, definitely.
Okay, Denzel Boston. All right. Hey, sorry, Bears. I'm about to say Edge. The fuck. Not WWE. But Bears is on the clock. So I'll be honest, it wouldn't shock me if this would be the first trade down. But I don't think the Bears would trade down.
They'll be trading down long before this one.
Right. Wouldn't shock me if this is their first trade down. But I still think, because so far we've been going like all in when it goes to just say, you know what, fuck it, we're just gonna stick with it as it is. Peter Woods is the best DT for them. In fact, it's the best DT on this big board here. So I think they'll just take him because they need defensive tackle help bad. Especially to the point where I'm hearing them coming up in trade rumors talking about, they want to trade for Jalen Carter. I'm like, why? First off, they had the opportunity to get Jalen Carter in case people forgot. And they said no. So I was like, okay.
I think that's a good pick for them.
Yeah.
I think an outside shot's at TJ Parker at edge. I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, it could have been. It could have absolutely been. Speaking of, we got the Bills here. They could go ahead and pick them, or they can go elsewhere. Your call.
If the board's like this, if the board is like this, okay, they're going to look at the edge situation.
I'll be sweating bullets if I'm the fucking Bills right now.
Do they want a guy like Zion Young? Do they want Cassius Howell? The list goes on.
Damn, bro, the edge is just getting thin.
But I don't think they're going to go there.
Edge is getting thin, bro.
I don't think they're going to go there, and this is going to sound like one of the most craziest things you ever heard in your life.
Hit me.
This upcoming season could be one of those, are we ever going to win it with you, Josh? If not, we might need to make a change.
Uh-oh.
So they're going to get him a weapon.
Omar.
They're going to get him a weapon.
Omar.
KC Concepcion. KC Concepcion. That's right. KC Concepcion.
What?
He fits the scheme way better.
What?
He's a better scheme fit. And the difference between
Keep in
Cooper
mind, this guy is
and Casey.
5'11", 5'11", 5'12", 196, 7 pounds. This
Did
man's
you
about
say
to be,
5'12"? If he's
yeah.
5'12", he's 6'.
I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck. He better be damn good. All right, Casey Concepcion. I'm shocked. Oh
Yeah.
God. All right,
This is an easy pick. I'll see if you mess it up.
Caleb Lomu. That's it.
100% agree with you.
Caleb Lomu. That's it. That's it. That's the fastest pick we've made so far in this stream. Just Caleb Lomu, dog.
I had Lomu penciled to them for I don't know how long now, and it fell to him again. Like, that's crazy.
They didn't even need to do anything.
I'm not even wasting any time with this either, because like I said, they need help. They being the fucking Texans in protecting their goddamn quarterback. A guard is a big, big need, and
It can easily go off the.
The two and the third. The second and the third best guards are still on the board. So they're going to want to go and sit there and look at those guys. My question is, which one should I take for them? Because I'm evaluating them in my head. Who would be the better fit? Uh. Whoa.
Go on.
I guess I'm gonna say. I'm gonna take Chase.
Wow,
Chase. Texas A&M.
Okay, next we got Casey again, and I'm pretty sure Casey be like, "Fuck, I'd love to have Casey and Casey," but then again,
and the shitty queefs.
Imagine if Casey would have picked Casey. I know you'd be sick to have to call this man call that man that. Oh God. Yeah. Chiefs. Okay, so if the board fell to him like this,
I mean, remember earlier they got their corner in Mansour Delane.
They did get their corner. So we could go and scratch off the board. I don't know why they didn't just do that right there for me. But what they need is an edge. They do need an edge.
They do. They also
need an edge. Yeah, they do need linemen. So they're going to be really racking their brain on who the hell they're going to get here. Do you want to protect Mahomes from getting another ACL injury again? Or do you want to go after the quarterback?
Long story short, whichever way they went here, they're definitely got to go to the other route in the next round.
Pretty much.
In my opinion. But people are going to make a case for wide receivers and tight ends as well.
I do agree with them there because they do need wide receiver help.
Because I really think that Cooper would be looked at hard right here.
Super hard. Super hard. I agree.
Definitely hard. And I think
you're not going to see him again after this. You're definitely not going to see him again after these next two picks because ain't no way. I'm sorry, no. You're not going to see him again. No, I'm sorry, not after the next two, but yeah, they just know that Cooper's not falling out first round. Where do you go? Fuck. Even it's stuck with me. Because damn, they need help almost everywhere. I think for them, they're gonna go with God. Fuck. This is tough even for me. Like, god damn, because they need help at all three of these spots. They need help at an edge. They need bad help at an edge. They could not get shit for sacks, let alone pressure. They need help at lineman. They just let one of their linemen go, which to be honest was shitty. But they still need help there. They need help at wide receiver just as bad because they had Patrick Mahomes doing his best Donovan McNabb impersonation with him having shit wide receivers. Now, granted, the two of the wide receivers that's coming back, they might be okay. The only issue is one of the wide receivers is coming off of injury. Or in this case, another one of those wide receivers had got in trouble with the fucking law. So it's like, You don't know what you're gonna get out of these wide receivers.
I still think the pick's obvious.
Yeah, it should be obvious. But even then, as obvious as it is, all three of them are obvious. All three needs are obvious.
The one needs way more glaring than the other.
God. Fuck it. Best player available, Omar Cooper.
Okay.
I had to do it. Best player available. It is him. I wanted to go with Max so bad. I wanted to go with Max so fucking bad, bro. Because I know they need line help.
Now we're back with Miami.
No. Where would you go? Where would you go if you were in that position?
If I was them, I'd have found some kind of edge rusher. Just so we could try and get to the quarterback potentially. But instead, you went wide receiver, and they're going to continue to play arena football. That's cool.
Oh,
all right, Miami went Makai Lemon early.
You bullshitting me right now with that one. I can't even trust the wide receivers on their roster.
Oh,
I legitimately can't.
I'd have picked TJ Parker had I had that pick. Not Cooper. Just saying. All right, so Miami's on the board.
Ah, fuck out of here.
They went Makai Lemon. They need line help. Bad. Like, we can't even say it enough. And they also need an edge rusher. This is where TJ Parker fits for them as well. Do they take Jermod McCoy and take a flyer on him late? Simply because it's kind of a luxury pick because they had 2 first-rounders. And I'm going to leave it right there at that and say, yep, that's exactly what they do. Jermod McCoy doesn't slip out of the first round because Miami has the opportunity to snatch him right here at 30.
All right. New England. Who would have thought?
New England.
They go right to me, don't they?
Yeah.
So in case if anyone has been living under a rock, New England sure as fuck has gone through a lot of controversy, haven't they, this offseason? And it's not even with any of their players. It's their motherfucking head coach of all things to come after. Well, I guess this should be common now, ain't it? We have one coach having a fucking issue. Like Bill Belichick, where he can't help but start cheating at the Super Bowl. We had another issue where apparently we like to, like adjust the pressure on footballs. We had that one. And then you got one with the owner who apparently likes a happy ending.
We all like a happy ending. No one
apparently the cheating don't stop, but for a different way when it goes to New England, where you got their fucking coach who we just referenced not too long ago, who has no problem banging a reporter.
At least you know he gets good press that way.
Oh my God.
And she gets good press prior. No.
Oh my God. Now, here's what makes this interesting with this, okay? This is going to be under the assumption that they would have prior knowledge to know that A.J. Brown is on their team. In fact, let me go ahead and do this now. Let's do the post-June 1st trade now.
That makes no sense.
I know, it makes no sense, but hey, let's go ahead and do this now with the awareness to say that, okay, A.J. Brown is going to be on their team in June. Let's say that they knew this well beforehand.
Okay.
And we'll see if this maybe, and I mean maybe, affect their current situation heading into this draft with their big board. So we're gonna say.
Here's the thing. Minus. I'm not even thinking about it.
Not even thinking about it.
There's not even a wide receiver worth taking at this spot.
I know, but still, it's not just for 31. It's not even just for 31. We're gonna be looking at this for round. Let's say if they will look at this for round 2, maybe even round 3. Because let's be honest, AJ Brown's one thing. Cool, fine. That's your X receiver. You don't need to go anywhere in the first round with that. You're gonna look at this somewhere around the 2nd or 3rd round. I already knew that heading in. It's a question of how many of these wide receivers are going to stay there until they get the pick again in 63. That's going to be the big issue with New England. They're going to have to make trades to do this if they want a number 2 target to pair up with AJ. Because let's be honest, I don't think they trust the number 2 targets they have now. Hell, that's why they're in trade rumors right now. But with the Patriots, God bless this rookie when he gets drafted. Hopefully you don't go through any dramatic bullshit over there. They need an edge. And I think Zion Young goes off the board here. No. Let me make sure. Actually, no. Because of the Patriots type shit they would do, they would go and just grab TJ Parker. That is some Patriots type shit they would do now, wouldn't it?
You almost had it.
I was going to say Zion Young. Would you have said Zion Young?
Yeah, I would have.
Okay, fuck it. TJ Parker.
It's like, who are you? You taking TJ Parker?
Yep, I took TJ.
All right, TJ Parker, go. TJ Parker, go.
Yep. But fuck that head coach. And my God. Ooh, I'm telling you. When we head into June 2nd.
Fuck what head coach?
Shut up. You know exactly who I'm referring to.
Vrabel?
Yes. Fuck him. But yeah, but I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. Do not be shocked we head into June 2nd. You can get ready to clip this. Do not be shocked if we head into June 2nd. And I swear to you, if Eagles take a 2nd round pick, there's gonna be a fucking roar with people saying, bro, there's some tampering bullshit that's going on over here. And we will not let up until they investigate them. And I'm not talking about just social media. I'm talking about everywhere else. They're not good. They're not just going to let this shit slide. I'm telling you, they've already letting it slide long enough as it is. In fact, it's getting so much of a fucking uproar because the NFL has just been letting this happen. To the point where it's like, look, it's going to get loud enough to where it's like, look, you can't ignore it anymore. These pictures are going to continue to come out over and over and over again. It's only a matter of time until we see a video. Let me find out. We get a sex video of Vrabel. Somebody's getting cooked. Look, let me find out. We get that video on Pornhub. Somebody is getting cooked in the NFL, and it ain't the players.
Did they just pay you for that plug?
No.
Okay.
But I wish they fucking would.
All I know is I'm about to pick the Seahawks pick because you're getting out of control.
No, look. I ain't out of control enough.
Well,
go ahead. Go ahead. I ain't wound up. I ain't wound up enough. I'm keeping it tame.
I could give a shit less.
Go ahead. Yeah, of course you give a shit less. Adults. Yeah.
I care less what 2 adults are doing with their personal life.
Hey, look. I don't care about either, but here's where I do care. That bitch has been screaming for AJ Brown to the Patriots for over a year, since week 3 at the start of last year. Ain't no way you don't think for a second I ain't gonna be screaming some tampering shit. Now, if this had nothing to do with AJ Brown, this had nothing to do with the Eagles in general, I don't give a fuck. You can bang whoever the hell you want to bang. You can go and have a 69 party, whatever the fuck it is, do anal. I don't give a fuck.
But can you have a Diddy party?
Hey, look, that's what she wants to have. I don't care. I mean, shit, she fucked around and said, look, I'm gonna go ahead and name my son after you.
Uh-huh.
I
So what you're
named my
telling me?
son Michael. Michael.
So what you're telling me is she's got dildos named after Patriot players.
She just might. I'm not putting anything past her.
Alrighty then.
She just might.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Go
All
ahead.
right, we're on to the Seahawks. The
That's
Seahawks.
pick in the first round.
The Seahawks. Oh, yeah. The Seahawks. Oh, yeah.
Call.
What the fuck?
Hey, look, don't they call Seahawks? I don't know. Or is that a falcon? I don't fucking know. I don't know my birds.
We just calling call. What the hell?
Go ahead, dude.
Is that what just happened?
Yes.
What in the blue hell?
Oh, God.
What in the 12th man is going on? What in the 12th man just happened?
Nah, man, the true 12 man's in Texas A&M. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, the hell.
Oh, God.
All right.
Go
All right.
ahead.
Let me focus here.
Oh.
But all right. I think the Seahawks would strongly, and I mean strongly, consider Jadarian Price right here. I really believe that.
But do they?
No, they don't because they lost Woolen.
Uh-huh.
They lost Woolen.
I know they should look at. I know you know too.
And they lost Woolen. And because some of these guys are still on the board and it's blowing my mind.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm just sitting here looking at this going, wait, how's this guy there? How's that guy there? How's this guy still there? So I'm thinking.
Uh-huh.
It would be Colton Hood to the Seahawks.
Wow. That wraps up the first round. I thought they would go to edge. Don't lie to you.
Oh, they need to replace Woolen. Woolen's a huge hole.
All right, Jets are next. Jets already addressed their edge, and they already addressed their wide receiver. They need a linebacker. Excuse me. They need a linebacker. They need a guard. I know they need a quarterback, but the top two quarterbacks just went off the board. So I don't know if they might go quarterback in this draft at all. And if they do, it's not going to be till later. Way later. So I think for them, they're just going to address what they think is their need. I think for them, they're going to pick up C.J. Allen in Georgia.
C.J. Allen from Georgia.
Yep, that's how we kick off the second round.
Okay. All right, now we get the cards.
Cardinals address their edge.
I already got their Reese Poo.
And I already know they're sprinting to that board. They gotta be. Ain't no way.
Well,
ain't no fucking way.
They look at this thing very heavy. Because there's quite a few players they can honestly use here. Despite all of it. Despite it all. Damn. But I think because of the way the board's falling, they take Max.
Yep, Mad Max goes to the second round.
They could take him. Acre. I can never say his name right.
Okay, Titans. They took their running back. I think they take their edge. This is where Zion Young comes off the board.
Zion Young off the board.
Yep, they sprinted all the way over there. All right, your Raiders. I know you've been waiting.
We already drafted We drafted a bust. Now we come back.
That's crazy.
I'm not convinced on this kid. I mean,
Well,
not even
too
in a little
bad.
bit. Not even a fucking little bit.
Well, too bad. Get interested.
I mean, it's sad.
Oh.
All right, now with this pick, the Raiders could clearly look at Pregnon at guard. I really think they're going to look at him for sure at guard. They need a defensive tackle because we're going 3-4. So they're definitely going to want to look at that position. And McDonald's sitting there, but I don't like his fit as a Raider. So I don't think they would take that guy themselves. This is why I said I can see the Raiders moving back up.
Told you trades were allowed, but no.
And
Oh.
there's a lot of belief we need offensive line help, like I said, as a whole. I think we do need some depth. I think we might have our starters. We really don't have a solid corner, in my opinion, and for some reason, corner's not projected as a need. It blows me away. So I think Terrell becomes a very interesting option here for them. But a lot of people are hyping wide receiver. And I don't know why, because we didn't give Dante Thornton Jr. or Jack Besh really an opportunity last year. So why the hell would we bring in another wide receiver?
Uh-huh.
It doesn't make sense. I would rather give those guys an opportunity to play and to learn and to figure it out. Oh, God. I'm picking in my head right now between two guys.
Go on. Pick. Pick. Do it. Do it.
Who's there?
Yep, I said it like Palpatine. Do it.
He's on the team that goes there. I'm breaking down my depth chart. I'm breaking down the depth chart. All right. I'm going to regret this later, I'm thinking. But I'm going to take Emmanuel Pregnon, guard out of Oregon.
No, you won't.
Just simply because we could use depth at that position, even if he doesn't start this year. I think Pregnon can be a very good player.
All right, Giants, this should be pretty obvious. They're also running back up to that podium. They already addressed their linebacker. They addressed their safety. They do need a wide receiver, but they also do need guard help. You need to protect your quarterback. Now, I am looking at this wide receivers here. There's 2 wide receivers here that could be for the taking for them. But I don't think that's where they're going to go. I think they're going to protect their quarterback. They're going to open up that run and give him a bit more. And they're going to take Kalen Rutledge right here. As crazy as it is, 53, they're at 37. I don't think they're going to let this slide. So, I think Kalen Rutledge goes here. Crazy as it is, Kalen Rutledge. Yep, I'm telling you. I don't like.
What
I think
you called 57? Is that what you said?
Yeah, he's 57th on the big board, but the Giants are picking 37, so they might consider a reach on a simulator. But I think for them, they really need a guard like that. I don't think they're as worried about wide receiver as is believed to be. I really don't think they are. I really think they like what they got in Neighbors. Even though he is healing from his injury, I think they don't mind having to go with a wide receiver in round 3. I could see it. They got to bolster up that line. Because when I saw Dart take those hits that he took, he shouldn't be taking them. And when I saw that running back went down with that injury, it was pretty bad. Pretty damn bad. So you want to keep them clean. So I think that's a safe option.
The Texans, who got themselves a guard in the first round. So this board looking the way it is.
You're loving it. We're loving it. Loving it. Loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, motherfucker.
I'm thinking they go Cade McDonald.
All right, Cade. All right, Browns are next. They dress their offensive tackle and their wide receiver. They do need a center and they do need a guard. For them, it's probably pretty tough. Do they go with the guard right now? They have another pick. Hold on, they have another pick, right? They
Yes, they
do at
won't take
70, but
guard.
that's not all the way till this. That's not all the way till like round 3. So I'm thinking, do they take the chance now and go with the guard, knowing there's a chance he might get swooped up round 3, or do they take their best option at center? I think for them, they're just good. Never ever be allowed to transfer anything. I hear that, by the way.
Yeah,
I
that's what I'm
think.
saying. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I think for them, I don't think they're gonna. I think they are gonna chance it. I think they're gonna go with Sam Heck, the center. They do need.
Bill.
They do need center. They do need center help. They do need center help.
I do not see the Browns with the 39th pick taking a center that is going to be a fourth round pick in the
Hold
second
on.
round.
Hold on. Go and see.
Heck, Lou, Slaughter, Logan Jones, they're all late third, fourth round picks.
Oh, damn! This is so tough for them. I bet I'm gonna renege that then.
I don't see them. I don't see them taking their guard or their center with this pick. I don't even see them going quarterback at
They're
all.
not. I
And
don't think anyone's gonna go quarterback until round 5 again.
okay. It says they need edge. I
They
will
need
say
edge.
this. I'm going to say this about
No,
the
the
edge
Chiefs
situation.
need edge.
You say
Oh,
this for
my
sure.
bad, my bad. Here it is right here. I see it on low priority. Here it is.
Yeah, I'm saying they're going to need some edge, and like I said, I'm calling it. Miles Garrett's going to go.
Okay, you know what? Yeah, I take that back. Yeah,
Not
all right, I'm
necessarily
going to renege that.
today, not necessarily here during the draft, but I think he's gone.
My
I think
bad.
they
Yeah,
end up. And when you got
Gabe Jacobs.
value on the board, when you
Gabe
got
Jacobs.
value like Terrell and Chris Johnson, you might take one of those corners. And the reason why you would do that, because if you trade Miles, you're going to trade Ward.
Gabe Jacobs. Fuck it. No, Gabe
What?
Jacobs. I took Gabe Jacobs. Fuck it. Gabe Jacobs. Had to be Gabe Jacobs. Because it's like what you said. If they trade Miles, which is very likely they do, then what? They're gonna be left with their pants down.
Maybe they like it that way.
You're a fucking. You know what? Go ahead. You're next, sir. You pick for your rival. That's your punishment.
All right, the Kansas City Queefs have already gone corner. And what you call it? Well, what the hell the fuck did we pick for them there? It was a wide receiver, took Cooper.
Yep, we picked Cooper.
So they got an edge taken care of. They got a wide receiver taken care of.
I'm gonna get some more ice for this drink. It's fucking hot upstairs. Hot up here.
So they won't sit there and they're gonna look at this board and be like, yeah, where do we go? What do we do? How do we get somebody? What can we do to make this right? Man, what can we do? What shouldn't we do? Blah 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 blah. I just had fun doing that. Because I'm making fun of them.
Uh-huh.
Fucking hate them.
Of course you do. You hate everyone. It ain't the Raiders.
Yes. Fuck
fucking
your team.
hater.
That's how I.
Fucking hater.
That's how I feel about it. Fuck your team.
But I hate you too, bitch. Fuck the Raiders.
With this board being the way it is, and the way it is fallen, and the way it looks, and the where it's at, they're gonna look at this and be like, "Man, how do we pass up some of this talent?" They're shit. I'm trying to make a case for the right guy here.
Uh-huh.
Fair. I want to try and do this fair.
Yeah, you try and be fair.
This is crazy because I'm about to double down on corners.
No,
Just simply because they traded one, lost one. They don't have any. You know what? Avion Terrell. Fuck it.
wow.
They get 2 of the top 5 corners in this draft.
Wow.
And I wouldn't be able to sleep tonight. I'd be crying.
I know that made you sick to your stomach.
Yeah, I had to be fair. I think if he's still on the board, even with Mansour Delane, I think they would look at that and be like, "This is our bookend corners for fucking 4 years. We got to do it." And
Bengals.
both could easily start.
The other team of Ohio finally gets to pick because they traded their first rounder to get Sexy Dexy.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
Okay. And where do they go?
Well, they're
They
mad
need.
because they would have taken Terrell right away, but
Yeah,
he's
they would have
gone.
absolutely. They would have sprinted so fucking fast. They would have sprinted so fucking fast. However, I think they're just gonna. Oof. Oh God.
It's good players there.
There is some
Some
good
good
players
players there.
there. Oh God. I don't think they'll. I don't think they'll take one that's 5'8". I don't know. I was looking at. I was looking at D'Angelo Pons. I don't think they would take him.
D'Angelo.
I think they'll just go with what they see as best player available, and that's just Brandon Cease.
Ew. But okay.
I mean, where else would they? I mean, there is Jacob Rodriguez. Yes, I know,
I don't
but
want I didn't went Chris Johnson corner because I have Chris Johnson rated higher. I don't know which big board you're using. I use the consensus.
I
And
mean,
Chris Johnson's rated 35 and Brandon Sice is rated 38, just saying. And I know you like your big board. But
I'm just going with the default big board that they set up. That's all I'm going with. I
it's
don't know
fine.
which one's all that good.
Brandon off the board. Fine.
Yep, ran off the board. They need corners, so fuck it. They can't complain.
All right, now we got the Saints, who took Bane earlier, so they had some edge taken care of. So now they know they ain't got to do that. So,
I know. They
they're
got.
gonna take Chris Johnson. Boom, done.
Oh, no, they're gonna say Chris Johnson.
Yeah, if Chris Johnson's sitting there for them at this pick, I think they take it.
Okay.
I know there's other spots they could have went, but he's just too much value at that spot, in my opinion.
I have a feeling the Dolphins probably need. No, they didn't. They didn't need him. They need a guard, if anything. Shit.
Well,
They need a guard and a tackle.
They went wide receiver and corner. They need some type of offensive line help.
And
They could use an edge rusher. But considering they're in full blown rebuild, it really don't matter the position.
really don't mean it. Really don't matter.
And I mean, shit, that man's still sitting there. I could see them taking him, no problem, or him. Yeah, I'm looking at two different edge rushers.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm also looking at them too. I'm looking at it between Cassius Powell and Malachi Lawrence. And also have R.
Yes.
Mason Thomas. They could take a look at him. But I think
R. Mason Thomas, for the record, is one of those guys. Depending on the team, it's guaranteed. It's going to be depending on the team. Could sneak into the first round. And with the wrong teams, he could fall late second.
I want to take a look at both of them. Both Malachi and yeah, you know what? I'm gonna still go with Malachi. I'm gonna still go with Malachi Lawrence. I think he's their pick.
Guys, we only got 48 minutes, man. Tell me we traded this pick. Okay, sorry. Who'd you pick?
Jets turn. And the Jets pick their edge, their wideout, and their linebacker.
Wait, who'd you pick there?
I picked Malachi.
Malachi Lawrence.
Yep, Lawrence.
Yeah, I don't think we're getting past round 2, by the way.
Yeah, we're not.
All right. Yeah.
Unless we speed rush it, we could.
So yeah, like you said, edge and wide receiver for the Jets already gone. Then they picked their linebacker earlier in this round. Wow. Sweet. Now you get ooh. Ooh. Oh. I think they're gonna look for value That's what I think they're going to do. I think they're going to look for value, chase value with this pick because they got so many picks. I mean, they come back and pick again in about 103, I think it is.
Right.
Oh yeah, they do. It's right there. I'm looking at it.
All right. So where are they going?
Um, 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 um. You know what? I'm about to throw a monkey wrench into this bitch.
Uh-oh.
I just am because I think they need it.
Okay.
I know they just took Jordan Tyson. But I'm going to have them take him Gurmy Bernard, the receiver out of Alabama.
Wow. Double up on wideouts this year. Okay. Bernard. Oh.
I just have a hunch on that. I don't know what it is. I don't see them coming out of this draft with just one receiver.
1 minute.
Malachi Lawrence and then Gurmy Bernard off the board.
Okay, I'm gonna go and pick real quick for the Ravens. Think they're gonna go with defensive tackle, so I think it's gonna be Christian Miller. I will be right back because I have to help mom out.
Gonna help his mom out. His mama. I think he said Christian Miller. Oh yeah. What kind of smile is that, my guy? Oh my god. All right, I think he said Christian Miller. So I'm gonna put Christian Miller on the board with the pick.
It's that thinking about that feeling about myself in this game. You know, these guys that we never had in the best. If he does technical in day one, maybe if he needs to develop, if the Raiders get like that, then Kirk Cousins can start. So they're in a great position. And let's not forget, the Raiders are roster wise in a better position than most teams that pick the draft. You got the next two. That's easy work because that roster was a physical year, which Tech is going to continue to. You got Jets in the backfield. You got Brock. They could pick up another wide receiver.
Oh yeah. Man, where did he go?
So you got the conversation because I was congratulating that game and that was to us. It was exactly the same. Richard Wood. And the one thing that I took from experience was this was a kid that was passionate about the game and that came with a purpose. He wanted to learn, he wanted to be great, he wanted to grow into the best version of himself. We've seen that process. Now he's going to have the NFL level. What a great mix. Maybe the quarterback that grew more than any that we've ever seen in the NFL. Tom Brady will be one of his mentors. He's an excellent kid. He's a guy that's very decisive.
The fucking draft is such an amazing thing. You see somebody who represented every team. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of wild that Kirk Cousins is that guy in the quarterback room because I'll never forget the 2012 NFL draft in Radio City Music Hall, G3, Trade playoff to take him at 2. And then the next day, they choose Kirk Cousins out of Michigan State in the same draft. And it was just an odd beginning of his career. A couple of years ago at the draft, he signs, but then later on, Michael Penix gets drafted. Now he signs with the Raiders, who know they're going to take a quarterback in the draft, first overall. Ian Rappaport, take it away. That's right. A full circle moment for Kirk Cousins. Certainly, my understanding is that he is expected to mentor Fernando Mendoza. By the way, you mentioned his top 30 visit. He took only one. It was to the Raiders. Really impressed them with his passion for football and his intelligence. And they came away just really liking them. Also learned through this process.
Dominique Orange, the big citrus.
Yes, he is going to help Mendoza in his development. My understanding is the expectation is Cousins is going to start this year. And actually, that's the best case scenario. How long will it last? We simply don't know. But they look like best case is that Fernando Mendoza waits, watches, and learns, plays this year, and he gets a fully spell, ready to go in 2027. Looks like they're doing a wedding. That's kind of succeeding. I think he's wishing the wedding. That's right. Yeah. Right.
Something in the air tonight. The stars are bright. Fernando. Is he helping her build a house? Is she afraid he's sinking? What the fuck is happening? There's something in the air tonight. The stars are bright, Fernando. Don't you be a bust on me, you fucking there, don't you bet. Oh shit. I still gotta slap together my own personal final mark. And get it sent out amongst those that are listening and amongst those that are wondering what the guru is thinking. Something in the air tonight, Fernando. That's right. Gotta strap up. Yes.
Sick. Soup time. It feels good to get going. It feels good to gaga. Can I get a Bud Light? Sorry, the bartender. Yeah, or for the bride. She said, "Can I get the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light?" Her words on mine. She actually wants. She wants three. Anything with a clean, crisp taste of Bud Light. In life and in business, the goalpost often moves. That Accenture, we say. Hey, no, so I'm at this race and I see this guy near me. Familiar. Then I'm at the Garden in New York at a basketball game and I see the same guy. Then I'm in Queens at the tennis and I see the same guy walking towards me. So I'm like, what does this psychopath want? And I go, hey man, can I help you? And he's like, are you following me? Turns out that he's a Sapphire Reserve Club gets him into exclusive events. He has no idea who I am. Nice guy though. I missed the entire 2000s. Sorry, man. No, we.
Did she kill him? What's happening?
Bruce, a new grass killer that's safe for use around people, pets, and beef for dead weeds in just one day.
I think she might have killed him.
Pet friendly weed dead. And
'Cause I don't know where he is, people.
we made it happen. The victory was darn damn
Oh. I don't know.
I'm back. I'm sorry I took so long. You know how it is. Gotta help out moms. And she's no here when it goes to technology shit, so it had to be done.
Now that he's back, we're.
I know we burned up like 20 minutes.
Hey, I'm letting them know.
Okay.
Letting them know now that you're back, we're at the top of the fourth round of the 2027 draft.
Shut the fuck up. I know we didn't start yet. Trust me, I literally have it as a reminder for Alexa.
The 2027 draft.
Yes,
Anyway,
Omega.
you said Christian Miller. While
Yes.
you're going, I'm going to make it clear I'm taking Jacob Rodriguez and linebacker for the Bucks.
Okay, Jacob Rodriguez. Okay, I'm gonna speed run it because right now it was what, about to be 7:30. So we got 30 minutes till the draft. I want to make sure I get the proper title ready for this. Yeah, your mom has the same energy in common with my dad when it comes to technology. Yeah, pretty much. And I was actually slightly worried because for some reason when I tried to put down the address that she's looking for through her phone, it won't pop up as drive. I don't know why. But on mine it popped up, and it popped up inside the car. So hopefully she'll know where she had to go and there's not any issues. Okay, Colts. They didn't pick at all. I forgot. Damn, I forgot what the fuck happened. They go with Cassius Howell. Because they need an edge. So, next. Doug? This is when Douglas goes silent. Something happened. He probably DC'd, didn't he? Let me go and check. He DC'd, didn't he? No, he ain't DC'd. Doug, leave and come back. The
I
fuck?
think booted the chat room again.
Okay, well, who you picking?
You said Christian Miller Ravens, and then I say Jacob Rodriguez Bucks. Did you pick for the Colts?
Pick Cassius Howell.
Makes sense. I can see that.
They need edge.
Yeah.
All right, now it's the Falcons' turn. Yeah, I forgot. That was my reminder right there. Yeah. They didn't pick either. Apparently.
Well, no. The Falcons, they definitely need somebody to throw the ball to. So I'm gonna say, I'll say Chris Bell.
Okay, Chris Bell. The shadow clone jutsu, according to everyone, the shadow clone jutsu of AJ Brown, apparently. Which I don't see, but I can understand why you said that. They said that because of his build. All right. Vikings are next.
Got their safety in the first round.
Yeah, they got their safety. They need a corner and they need a defensive tackle.
Yeah, I think it's pretty easy where they go.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Lee Hunter.
That's not what I thought, but okay, I can accept it.
I'm gonna assume he was Keith Albany the second.
Detroit's on the board, and I believe in the first round. They got their tackle. Yeah.
Whoa! Hold on. What the fuck?
What?
Hold on.
What the fuck? What?
Continue. I'll go ahead and read it off once I see it.
I'm gonna say the Lions. With the board falling this way, I'm gonna give the Lions Caleb Banks, D tackle out of Florida.
Roger Goodell said on ESPN that Mike Vrabel's situation is not a personal conduct policy violation and is currently being treated as a personal matter. Of course you would say that, but here's where I still have the issue. This bitch was literally reporting for AJ Brown for like a full year. You don't think something's wrong there? Like, that's where I got a problem, but okay.
The bigger issue is this. The bigger issue is if it's actually some type of league violation with him. I'm not even worried about her. And I'm going to say it right now. If that was the head coach of a team that he's not buddy with the owner, we would be hearing a different story.
Yeah, we would. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
He has done nothing. He has done nothing but slightly pat the ass of the Patriots every time they fuck up. But with other teams, he wants to throw them under the fucking...
Bro, and I need people to understand this. This is what happened a few years ago. Okay, this is not with the Patriots. This is what happened with the Eagles. When Saquon Barkley was linked to the Eagles thanks to his college coach before he got fired, literally they put out an investigation on the Eagles like a couple of days later, like a week or so later. And that's tame as shit compared to this. Do that information with what you will. That's all I gotta say there. The Panthers are next, and the Panthers need help at safety. AJ Halsey goes off the board for them.
AJ Halsey? Interesting pick. All right. The fact that he's still on the board, the Packers will love it. Considering in the first round, when the Packers picked, they did who? Oh, that's right.
They had no one for obvious reasons. Their first pick
That's
was
why I
Micah
said it.
Parsons.
Which is why I said it. So they're going to go take D'Angelo Pound.
Why do I
'Cause
get
they
a
need a
feeling
corner.
you was gonna say D'Angelo Ponds? Picking a fucking short ass corner.
Again, the buttons are missing for me to actually draft the guy. It keeps happening. It's pissing me off.
Did you actually get him?
I did now, but every once in a while, those blue fucking circles disappear.
Okay.
So weird.
Okay. Pittsburgh Steelers. Honestly, go best player available at this point.
Pittsburgh Steelers. This is where they would have went Ty Simpson, but you did it in the first round.
Yeah. Yeah. Ain't that some shit? But they leave out here with Chris Brazzell II.
Okay.
That's where I think
Not
they
too
would go.
bad. All right. The Eagles. The Eagles.
They would trade down if the situation looked like this. They would trade the fuck down.
Why would they trade down?
Collect more picks and still get the guy they want, for one.
First of all, there's some quality players right here that they can use.
And they can still trade down and still get set quality players, but go ahead.
Not some ones that are available right now.
Speaking of, also, I'm looking at this right here from 38 minutes ago. The Eagles, Titans, and Browns are among teams that had pre-draft discussions with teams about possibly moving up late into the first. Some of that could prove simply due diligence, but noteworthy nonetheless.
See, if you got our Mason Thomas right here, you guys would love him. You guys would love him. I'm looking at him heavy right now, as well as Eli Stowers.
I don't blame you.
Eli Stowers is the number 2 tight end in this league, in this draft, and I'm going to say this right now: if Kenyon Sadiq didn't do so well in the Underwear Olympics,
him and
Stowers would be like almost 1A, 1B. Just going to say that now.
What makes Stowers so good, though?
He's just a complete guy. I mean, where should I start with him since you're asking? And I know you'd like to have a little bit more detail since he's a fucking. We're talking about your team potentially picking him. I'm trying to think who I would compare him to, though, because I know you were into that kind of shit.
Would he be like Zach Ertz? Because I could tell when I look at him. What is he? He's 6'3", 3/4 quarters, 239. That sounds like a Zach Ertz kind of build. Zach Ertz was around close to that weight and size, but he was very versatile. And he was very, very good as a pass catcher.
I would compare him to Mike Gesicki.
That's fine. That's still close up to Zach Ertz.
Or Vernon Davis, maybe even Brock Bowers.
That's fine. That's fine. I'll take it. That's fine.
And like I said, because the Sadiq rated this 3.9 as a tight end, people went nuts. This kid runs just over a 4.5, which is still good for a tight end. That's what I said. I'm looking at him real freaking hard because you need that edge rusher bad.
I would say that, but here's where I doubt we do. People sleep on Jalix Hunt as an edge rusher. Now I get it. Now here's the deal. Here's the deal. No. I personally don't think it's as bad compared to tight end. In my personal opinion, I really don't think it's as bad compared to tight end that people are making it out to be. Because look, if worst come to worst, the Eagles can still rush the passer even though they got a hole at edge. Like yes, I know they brought back an aging fucking Brandon Graham, and they're not exactly all too high on Nolan Smith, and I get why. Best believe I do. But Jalix Hunt is coming into his own. Now we don't know what the fuck's behind him, but here's how I look at it. I trust the 3 edge rushers that are on that team before I'll trust those 2 tight ends that are right behind Dallas Goedert. Because I've seen it all last year and I saw how it went even when on the Super Bowl year. Anytime Dallas Goedert gets hurt, our offense really takes a hit. I don't
Let's
trust the 2 tight ends that are behind Goddard.
Let's go very honest here.
Mm-hmm.
Our Mason Thomas were to get drafted. Okay. By your team at this pick.
Right. I know
where is he on the depth chart by next season? Not this season. Where would he be on the depth chart by next season if he works out? Where would he be?
He could possibly be a starter. He could possibly be a starter.
Correct.
But the same can be said for the next tight end. Because here's the deal.
Hold on.
Listen, go ahead.
He might be the starter, but the guys that he would pass would still be on the roster, is what I'm going to say to you. If Stowers comes on the team and he is, quote unquote, possibly the starter, Goddard's gone.
Right. He's instantly gone.
Going to be a backup.
Right.
So now you drafted him just to recreate the hole. That's the drawback. With Thomas, you're filling a hole, creating depth one way or the other. With Stowers, you're filling a hole just to recreate it with him now in the prime spot. Is it worth it?
Double dip at tight end.
So that's the problem. No, the different tight end. No. Like I told you, if they didn't run the fucking underwear Olympics before all this bullshit,
I'll go fuck. I'm going
to there in pads, and I'm talking in legit football gear, which is what they should be doing. It's a strong possibility and a strong case that this kid could have been the number 1 tight end. But nobody wants to talk about that, and it drives me nuts. And all these fucking weirdos standing on stage right now need to be drop kicked.
Oh my God! They need to get the Randy Orton style drop kick. That's crazy.
This is the weirdest looking collection of human beings I have ever seen.
Who are you picking?
Some kind of thing, and I don't know what's happening.
Who are you picking? We gotta make this quick. We got like 20 minutes.
I'm taking R. Thomas Howard.
You're taking R. Thomas Howard, but you mean like, yeah. You're taking R. Thomas Mason. I mean, I get it. I'm good with either one, but for me, like, look, I'm looking at that tight end spot, and that concerns me just as much more. Because look, Goddard gets hurt, we're fucked. You know that. The world knows that. He gets hurt, we're fucked. He leaves next year, we're possibly fucked again because we don't know if next year's tight ends class is going to be just as good.
You hear this?
No, I'm not hearing anything right now. Rightfully so, because I can't turn it on stream. Well, if I can for who's picking, but I'm not turning that shit on. Next is the Chargers, who needs a guard bad, and the problem is they're not going to get a guard right now because this ain't the time for it. I think for them, they're going to go with a safety. They're going to go with Genesis Smith because I'll be honest, I don't know how long Derwin James got left. I kind of am concerned about Derwin James. I ain't going to hold you. And on top of that, I don't even know who's next to Derwin James if he's that good right now. So I think that Genesis Smith goes off the board.
Jesus.
I don't trust their fucking safety room. I'll be honest with you. And that's even with Derwin James there.
I don't trust drafting Genesis Smith is high.
Well, that's too fucking bad because I'm pretty sure that's too goddamn bad.
It's like 20 picks too high.
That's too damn bad.
Go ahead. Right, now we got the little kitty cats.
You take what you can get.
I mean, the Jacksonville All Elites. Since they don't know.
The Jaguars still have a pool in their stadium for some reason.
Since the Jaguars never know what they're doing.
Drain that shit. Drain that fucking pool. They could start with that.
Jesus.
Fuck that pool.
Almighty.
How the fuck do you have a pool in your own stadium anyway? I never understood that.
I think if the board's what we're looking at right now, their pick, let's see, make sure I'm not nuts. We double check, yeah. They would take Josiah Trotter, linebacker of Missouri.
Of course they would take Josiah Trotter. You know what? It would be right on fucking cue if Washington would have took him. Because didn't Jeremiah play for Washington and he played for the Eagles?
Yes.
I would have been like, man, this is some bullshit. All right, Bears took a defensive tackle. They need an edge. They need a safety. They need a wideout. Let me see if there's anything here for them that they could want.
They got some options here.
Yeah, they definitely do got options. I'll be honest, right now, I'll be focused on getting Caleb Williams as many weapons as possible. So I like the options that they have at they could have at wide receiver. I really like it here. I really do like it.
Uh-huh.
I also like the option. Well, I don't exactly like the options they have at safety, but let's see.
I think you were on the right page at this point in the draft where it's fallen. You got to go weapon. I like that.
Yeah, you gotta go weapon. And here's the deal: they did just lose DJ Moore. They did trade him, and don't they have another pick? By the way, yes, they do. They do have another pick. Yes, they do. My bad. They do have another pick.
Pick 89.
Yeah, they literally just picked 2 spots later. I think for them, yeah,
I'm going weapon for
I'm
sure.
going weapon right now because look, the 49ers might go weapon, considering they're gonna get rid of Ayuk. So I think for them, they have to choose between: do they want a big body wide receiver in Ted Hurst, or do they want Antonio Williams, who is
Don't forget about Chris Brazell II.
Yeah.
They have some options here.
Yeah. Wait, what'd you say?
I said, don't forget about Chris Brazell II, and I said they have plenty of options.
No,
here.
they do have to forget about Chris Brazell II because he went to the Steelers. Remember that. I picked him to the Steelers. I picked him to the Steelers.
That's right. You did. I forgot.
So, yeah, they do have to forget about him. They have Antonio Williams. They have Ted Hurst. They have Skylar Bell. Crazy thing is that even wide receivers after this around round 3 are not that bad. But I think they're just gonna go. I think we'll go with Antonio Williams. I was debating between him and Ted Hurst. That's who I was debating between. But I said, you know what? Fuck it. They might like Antonio Williams more.
Okay. All right. The 49ers. The 49ers. I don't know why I'm singing their name, but okay.
They're ass.
So they took Lomu, right? Yeah, they took Lomu early. Okay. This could be an interesting. Damn. What would be?
It's a shame we picked the 7th round mock and we can't just sim the rest. I'll be honest, I would actually like to sim the rest, considering we're about to start in like 10 minutes.
The 49ers final pick of our little mock. I'm gonna go with what's his name? Shit. I was just looking at him. That shit's so fucking slow, man.
49ers X Transformers figures is coming this August. Wow. NFL X Transformers figures coming this August, and the 49ers is one of them. Oh, okay.
Wow.
49ers. Robot beats DI.
I'm going Jake Golday for them. The linebacker of Cincinnati.
Okay. Jake Golday. Okay. Wow. Gunner. I thought they were gonna go wide out. Okay. Texans. They got their adjuster guard, they addressed their defensive tackle. They need a linebacker, they need a tight end. Seeing as they need a linebacker, and seeing as they need a tight end, they can go either or. I think they trust their defense just as much, like a lot, to where I think they can afford to get away with this, and I think this is some type of shit they would do. I don't think they would think that Eli Stowers would be their pick that they were looking for. I think they'll be looking at either Oscar Delp or Max Clear. I think their kind of scheme would probably fit what they have going for. So Let's go with Oscar Delp here. I think with the way how they run they shit, I don't think Eli Stowers fits them. I could be wrong though. I could be absolutely wrong. I do think Eli Stowers is going somewhere. I just don't think the Texans is that team.
Okay. Well, then the Bears are happy.
Why are they?
Because they'll take Eli Stowers.
Okay. Okay. Eli Stowers off the board. All right. Yeah. Rams. Yeah. Rams gonna go with Anthony Hill. I know. I was thinking wide receiver. I was really thinking wide receiver. I'm not gonna hold you, but they need a linebacker help like they need the fucking plague. And I don't think they want to wait till the third round to find out if they go and find some good linebackers there. In fact, let me go and take a look at the linebacker list real quick. The linebacker list is looking really fucking thin compared to the wide receivers here. So they can afford to wait.
Okay.
10 minutes till the draft begins. Make it
You
quick.
had them take who?
Anthony Hill. The Rams.
The Broncos.
The Broncos have not picked yet.
Price.
Who?
You want to go to Jadarian Price. Running back, Jadarian Price.
Wow. Comes off the board.
Remember, they like running the football there. This gives them another running back. And Jadarian Price, I think, is the second best running back in this draft. And to get him here, the bottom of the second, it's a major steal.
Okay, for the New England Cheaters, they have their options at wide receiver. Two of them are big bodies. I know they're going to want to go with a second wide receiver to pair with A.J. Brown. They're not going to want to just sit up here and not have anything, considering they're literally looking at trading one of their own. So I think they want to look at someone that can complement A.J. But do they really want to look at it now? Or could they look at it later? Possibly later. Because they need help. They addressed their edge. They need help at linebacker. Need help at tight end. They also need help at safety. We'll make this as fast as possible. See what they got going on here. I think for them, this would be peak Patriots, considering who they had previously at tight end that we know all that well. I think they were going to take Max Clear. This would be some shit I could see them do. That would be some shit I could see them do. That's their perfect inline tight end.
All right.
Right in the second round.
The last pick of this round, then is going to be running back Mike Washington Jr.
Yep, I felt that was coming too. All right, guys, that is our mock draft. We could not go to round 3, which is crazy because we have the 68th pick. Ain't that some shit? Starting at round 4 picks in. This would be if the Eagles was to make a pick at round 3. And seeing as no other team here has a need for a wide receiver, the Eagles would literally be loving this wide receiver list that they would go for. Between Ted Hurst, Skylar Bell, Jacoby Lane, Bryce Lance, I think for them, they might go with Ted Hurst. And if not him, I wouldn't be shocked if Bryce Lance becomes one of them either. Your Raiders would be coming up at round 3. Who where would they go? Considering they went with quarterback and guard, where do you think they would go?
They'd be taking a wide receiver with this pick.
Okay, so they would also take a wide receiver with this pick as well. So who would they pick?
Ted Hurst, Zachariah Branch would be one or the other, I think.
Okay, so yeah, so it's just about that. All right, I will be posting the mock I will be posting the mock on the Discord in a couple minutes because I am gonna have to scroll all the way down and do all this, sadly. But hey, that's what the fuck I get for not making it a 2-round mock. I will be coming back in about 4 minutes, 3-4 minutes, because I have to reset the title, and then that's when we go ahead and get started with the draft. Doug, I have a feeling you're gonna be staying here. I don't think anybody else is gonna be going anywhere. So yeah, I'll see y'all in a couple minutes to where the draft is gonna start, and I'm gonna have some gameplay up while we go ahead and we go through these draft picks. I'll be right back.